Evening team, we're back with another video, and you meet us on the tarmac car just straightening out the front axle. After this would have been last raced at Buxton, so we obviously had a bit of a scuffle there somewhere, and there's the dogs having a lazy afternoon. We're now moving on to the steering column, which I think we changed the steering box at Buxton in between races, and we're trying to work out why we got such stiff steering, which we thought was the pump and other bits. So we decided we were going to do a full overhaul of the steering system before we went to double header Skeg. So we're just pulling all the panels off and getting it ready, and pulling the steering box off, ready to put the one on off the shell car because this one was leaking. Getting the puller here, pull the drop arm off the steering box. Boom. It comes off a lot easier that way. So we're moving on now we're trying to get the steering column out. It turned out the steering column is seized into the rose joints in the car, so this was causing that to be very stiff. So finally got it out and knocked it all apart. We're going to wire brush it up, clean it up, and reinstall it all now, which is nice and smooth and ready to try again. I think I have to replace one of the rose joints at this point as well on the back side. So that we're just putting that back together. And now we join me where I'm trying to take the isolator switch back off because I wanted to see what we seem to have a power issue. We seem to keep having power issues with the tarmac car. So here's me checking the resistance on the switch. 21.9 ohms. That's a massive amount of resistance on there. And on the other side, which does the coil, there is 34.8 ohms. That's loads of resistance on across the isolator switch. So out with that one, and we'll show you the resistances on the new one. So this is the brand new switch. There you go. That's what you'd expect to see, about 0.9. That's less than an ohm, which is what I'd expect to see on it, both sides. So hopefully that will cure some of our power issues that we had at Buxton. So my dad's just modifying now the front shock absorber mount because we needed to move it for the new front wing, with the car being pressure assignment and ready for Skeg-Vegas. We were now running the front wing, so we had to move the front shocker because it was too high and it got in the way. So we're just working away, trying to get the isolator switch back on under the car, because it's sort of mounted half under the car on the side of the cab, so it's down on my side when I'm racing. So bit of an update to where we're at. We've just spent tonight getting the steering column out because the steering had gone stiff, so we've just sorted the rose joints are seized to the shaft, so we've sorted all that out. My dad's just on with sorting the front shock mount out because we had to move it for the new front wing, because we knocked it off at the start of the year and didn't realise that it was going to be right in the way of the front wing. So the steering box is leaking, as most of the fluid's on the floor. There's another job to do. I can't put carbs on this car until we've took them off the other car after tomorrow. Is that it? Just got to do steering box, steering pump, and everything else. Engine oil and filter. But rebuild the gearbox. Yeah, there's a fair bit to do on this actually. Steering pump and box. So, but we've had a good start on it. We've had a good night, good start. So got another week yet for this one, haven't we? So it shouldn't be. I'll remount the Superstar lights because they fell off and they don't fit with the wing. So we'll sort that out. But yeah, there's a bit of a progress update. So is it today? Thursday. It's actually Thursday after. No, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday after Northampton. Really successful Northampton meeting, which was quite good. Eaten finally, even though sort of won the heat via guy having a bit of misfortune with his diff, and the final through Paul having the misfortune with the ride heights, but it is what it is. We'll take them where we can. So finally got a final win on the board. Hopefully we can continue that form. But we're going back on tarmac this week at Skeg. So we're just working on the tarmac car. My dad's on holiday, so I've recruited Dave here to give me a hand for the night. Say hello, Dave.
Dave.
So that we can try and get some more done. And yeah, so we're going to get the Superstar lights fitted, so they're ready for that, and then start progressing our way down the list on the board. Yeah, I've got to go and rebuild the gearbox in a minute. So we get away with getting these on, and then we'll see how we get on tonight. Yeah, they're both different anyway. Oh no, they're both the same. We're going top, bottom, top, bottom. Want a bit faster flash than that, don't we? Stick that joint back in that one, Dave. Yeah.
Would it not have been easier to get Martin to put the wire through and put the holes in?
I weren't Superstar then, Dave. So open from the front now, they should look roughly level.
I think they look right in there actually. Just need to sort on the 2 far, doesn't it?
I thought if we do it near the post here, like this side of here, and then I can drop them out here and we can bring them across underneath.
Yeah.
Well, no, to be fair, there's 2 ways we can do this. We either break these wires and bring one wire out of here, extend the wire and bring it down and put a plug on there and put one plug either side.
You can do.
Therefore, we haven't got any extra wires trailing across side to side.
Yeah, do that then.
How many times have you ever tried doing stuff like this when you're at work?
Oh, many.
To feed some wires somewhere where we need to go there. You spend like 4 hours trying to find the hole.
The hardest hole to find, Dave.
Right, hang on. If you're about there, I'm going to need a minimum of that much wire. Well, it's where it curls up to, and I've got to try the other thing. Oh. So the moment of realisation was that we'd drilled a hole just after the support and couldn't push the wire through the solid aluminium. So off camera we managed to re-drill it and back to it now. Got slightly more chance of this probably.
Do you know what? I reckon we've probably got 100%. Oh, hang on. That's just gone straight through and out the other side. Right, and Dave, you got a bullseye with this one. You got to do it on the other side now.
Now you see this side, I'm going to the right, which is not my hand. Oh, I did this with it at work.
Whoa, you done it again?
Have I? Genuinely? couldn't have done that twice.
I don't know how you've done it twice. Because that's like a one-off thing, isn't it?
I don't know how that happened. I need to get some rivets in there that'll actually hold them.
You haven't got any peel rivets?
No. And it's also rocking a little bit on the fucking... I've drilled the hole out 11mm as well. And it's still sitting, it's not sitting flush, look.
The problem is the rivet is not really in.
No. That's the problem I had before. Pulled it in and it was still loose.
Yeah, do you know what I would do? And it sounds a botch, but it's not. I would rivet it, but I would just put a very small blob of
sealant on, you just stick
so
to the
rivets ain't doing all the work, because obviously the rivets are holding it still, but the sealer will just, and obviously it's enough that it'll just come off still.
Get the outline of that outline.
I'm just throwing around.
Back to another video. Well, welcome. It's the same video. Welcome back to a video. We are Friday night. It's Friday night tonight, so I just wanted to show you the car fully done. Here's the front wing. Look at that. Looks quite mean. So yeah, Ben from Maxim Signs has finally got this sorted out for us. So the car's now complete, sign written up and ready to go. Me and Dave the other night fitted the lights on the roof wing, so they're on and done. I'm going to actually decided I'm going to put the other two lights that came in the packet on the front wing because, well, you don't know when you're going to be superstar again, do you? So put some flashy lights on it and make it look pretty. Yeah, so I'm going to go, I think, I'm just looking at the list. We've got gearbox to do the gearbox in bits at the minute because that went to AHT Services and had the lug welded back on it. So I'm going to do the gearbox, have a look at the brakes and just clean the brake pads up and that because they go like glazed and we need to get that sorted out. And the bonnet catches, I think that could do for a start for tonight. So number one mechanic's on the job, Bertie. So yeah, there's the car. She's looking great. I can't wait to get it out this weekend and race it. But although I think it sounds like it's going to be wet. So I've got a few other bits to do. Power steering pump to change. I think we're going to take the steering box off the shale car because the steering box is leaking like a sieve on this. And we swapped the other one at Buxton because it was a little bit tight at a certain point. But so I think we're going to borrow the box off the shale car for this weekend. Also need the carbs off because I still haven't got around to getting it rolling roaded. So yeah, that's another job, but it's just been a hectic few weeks with home and stuff. So we'll just crack on with this as much as we can. I'm going to get as many jobs done. I've got all day tomorrow as well. So here we have the gearbox out of the tarmac car. This is the lug in the previous video you've seen that broke off. If you look at that, that is the job AHT Services did. So thanks Rob for sorting that out and getting it welded back on for me. But obviously we've had to strip the box to do it. So it's the same 2-speed gearbox that we run in they run in F1 in Bristol Formula 1. It's exactly the same gearbox we run. So we've been through this and checked everything good. All the bearings are good and everything. So we're just going to get it back together. Clean that bit off of there. Bloody hell, all the threads on the front cover thing, so I'm going to have to fix that before we put it back together. I'll take it apart and clean it all back up again, I suppose. Well, let's try that again. So. Put some silicone around the reverse shaft. There's no seal on it. If you don't put silicone on it, it tends to just every time you park the car up, there's a gallon of oil sat underneath it, which leaks out the end of the shaft while you're racing. And there we go, though. So that's the gearbox all put back together. Now normally we'd put the gears on the back and put the back cover on, which is here. Sat with the gears just under here, ready to put in it. But due to the fact that that's very heavy, I'm going to probably just drop this in the car, and then I'll put the rear cover on in the car, so I'm going to lift it all out. As you can tell, it is very heavy. So I'll put it in reverse anyway, so I can just line the shaft. But it should be a lot lighter than me trying to do it with the. Now that's in, I can go and get the rear cover and the gears. What are you doing, Bert? So there we go. Gearbox all bolted back up. I'm just going to go and grab my old man, and then we can stick some oil in it if I can find the oil, which is about here somewhere. So hopefully a few more minutes and another job off the list. As I come to fill the gearbox up with oil as well, just another thank you to tractorparts.co.uk for supplying us with the gear oil as well. So we'll try this again because I just recorded it, but I forgot to switch the microphone on. It is Saturday morning. My dad's just been and fetched the carbs off the shale car, which we've got out the truck, ready to put them on here. I'm just going to go and we're going to rob the steering box off the other car, which isn't ideal, but as you can see by the amount of oil traipsing everywhere, this one's leaking like a sieve. So yeah, that's the first few jobs to get these. Oh, there's the carbs. So get them fitted, get the steering box done, and then we will be somewhere nearer to doing something else. I think I've got to put bonnet catches on. This one needs rebuilding, so another long Saturday, but it's going to be a long day. So what I'd say probably my number one commenter, Super Brit, yes, a very good question of the day, which a lot of people have asked, which is why this car isn't painted. Now, basically, the story behind the car not being painted, we built this in 2019. It was a brand new car then, and we built it up, and we didn't finish the car until it was something like June. By the time I actually got the car pretty much finished. And when you come to take one of these apart, probably a month stripping it down, shot blasting it, painting it, and building it back up again. So we took the decision at the time, we built it up as if we were going to race it, so that everything was done on the car. All the wiring, the piping, everything was finished and P-clipped up and ready. So all we've got to do is undrill all the P-clips and then completely strip and paint the car. We decided at about a few weeks before we wanted to race it that it wasn't going to get painted. So, and also that we wanted to do we'd done a lot of experimenting on the suspension on it, and we wanted to try and chop bits off and keep replacing them and doing other bits. So we never bothered painting it. And it ran in bare metal, nothing on it. Literally, I used to oil it week in, week out. The first year we had it until a late Skeg-Vegas meeting in the end of the year when it rained. I think at the Skeg-Vegas World Final, and it rained and it come back red rust. The whole car was red rust, so I ended up spending the whole winter wire brushing it up, and then we eventually lacquered it. I just flick can some cheap lacquer over it, and it just keeps it from going horribly and rusty. So onto that, I think I spoke to John Clare about the paint, and I think he at JC Paints, and he said you've got about 10 kilos of paint in a car. So gained a little bit from that, not having it painted, but we also changed a lot of bits on it over time, and you don't have to worry about painting it. It's great. So that's the reason. We just ran out of time originally, and now we're here. We don't really need it, so we decided we liked the look. I got the idea originally from New Zealand when I actually went with Pete Bankston and Chris Brocksoff in 2019 as well. Might have been. Oh no, it was a few years before that. I went to New Zealand and Pete had his car bare metal and just oiled it every week, and I thought, well, it's easier than painting it each week. So yeah, this has done pretty well, to be fair. I mean, with body panels on the side, that was off one of the car that Gracie's got now. That come with body panels on the side of the car, so I thought, well, if I just body panel it and don't paint it, then it'll look pretty cool and pretty different. So it's gone like this. It's not even now. Tom Harris has copied me, so it's got to be good. Second hand.
That off and swap that over.
Yeah.
Needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll fire it up there. Anything else?
So, we're late. We're getting late on. It's Saturday evening now. Been on this all day. Where are we at? We think we've got to change the oil, which we're just about to do. Probably need to go through the brakes, clean the brakes up a bit. But most of it's done. Just a few little jobs to finish off. We're getting closer. We're getting closer as we go. So we'll just keep going and hopefully get it all done. It's just a mammoth of a job. But yeah, so my dad's just sorting the shock absorber out. I'm going to change the oil and we'll be on our way. I was just going to find the plates to on the bonnet. I'm just filling the oil filter, pre-filling it. It's all these little jobs that just take time, never ending really. So literally we've got to move the rear axle, do this engine oil and filter, and bonnet catches and brakes. So we're not too far away. So I mentioned it a long time ago. We use Squires Racing 2050 engine oil. I did actually do a piece on this a long time ago, but at the start of the season, but I recorded it. I didn't manage to do the whole spiel without actually recording it because I forgot to record. So, as you know, Dan Squire, Squire Racing, he does a lot, helps us a lot with the machining and other bits with the engines and letting me know what we're actually meant to be doing. And he provides us with the engine oil for the car. It's really good stuff. If you've got something that requires 2050, I'd recommend it. It's good stuff, really good stuff. So I'm going to, right, hopefully we're just somewhere near to getting this filter on, and then we'll get some fresh oil in there. So at the moment, my dad is just taking the throttle pedal out, because the throttle pedal is just about the same height as it's just a little bit higher than the brake pedal, and when you come off on at the end of the straight, I'm holding the throttle on a little bit, which is losing us a bit of time. So he's just sorting that out, and I'm just going to move some tyres around so I can have a look at these. New wings, deeper on the outside, so the brackets we've got to hold it in the roof won't let it go in, so we've just got to modify that now. So it's just about quarter to 11. bad luck seems to have come to bite us tonight, because now the truck battery's gone flat. Oh, it's dark around here. Sounds okay-ish.
It was that one before, wasn't it? You just need one battery to jump to that one, then it'll start. And we'll put it on charge tonight. You get a jump leads in there, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I can get a battery and a jump lead.
Oh, could have found this out when it was light. Should be. I've put the I think we'll end it there. We're loaded up now anyway. Gonna have to go and try and probably put the battery on charge tonight. Get off because we're leaving at 9 in the morning. So anyway, another exciting weekend. Thanks for watching anyway, guys. I hope this bad luck's just tonight and not the weekend, because 2 days racing with hard luck is going to be hard work. So, but we'll endeavour to go on, and we'll keep trying. Yeah, so we're all ready anyway. Me and my dad are going to go and just turn the truck around now and get ready to go. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you after Skeg.